Morning. Had a cracking night's sleep. I reckon a solid 7.5 hours. And this is what I've woken up to. Oh, and the sun's starting to hit the peaks. I'm not rushing off this morning. I'm going to chill out, have some coffee. I've got these coffee bag things. Let my stuff dry out a bit. Oh, wow. Oh, fantastic. Oh, I slept really, really well. This nature hike, this mattress as well. I've got the Nemo Tensor long wide, and it is so comfortable. Look at the mist on the river. If it'll focus. Oh, love it. These things are great. They're like proper filtered coffee. I can't stand instant coffee, so they're like tea bags but with filtered coffee in. And what a place to have a morning coffee. Sun's starting to hit those peaks now. Hopefully it'll come over here soon. So I'll just give you a quick breakdown of all the gear I've got for this trip, and then I won't bore you with it again. So my rucksack is the Osprey Exos 48 with a liner in it. I won't bore you with clothes. Oh, a Crag Hopper shirt, which dries really quick. My poop scoop, which I've just used over there. Leave no trace, literally bury it. Food bag, bits and bobs. There's my little stove. So yeah, the nature hike's about 1.5 kilos this, a little bit more with the ground mat, and I'm glad I used the ground mat. It's under here, look, because there was a lot of I tried to clear the bottom best I could, but I really want to protect this mattress. Mattress is deflated now. That's the Nemo Tensor long wide. The sleeping bag, it's a rectangle one without a hood on it. It's the Nature Hike CW 400, I think. It's okay for summer use. A little bag of bits and bobs. And my pillow, it's a bit DIY. See the plastic of the pillow, the inflatable bit, that comes from an old pillow, but it was covered in this really thick clothy material, and it was really heavy, but it's comfortable. So I just kept the plastic bit, which is as light as a feather. I put a buff over it and a bit of foam in between. I saw that on YouTube, and it is so comfortable, and it's about 100 grams, that's it. Whereas the cover for that pillow weighs a ton. So basically that's my setup. Oh, my trekking poles are just the cheap OEX carbon fiber ones. Apparently they haven't got a very good reputation, but I've done about 300 miles on them so far, and no problem, and they're light. So that's my setup. Just drying off my tent, there's a bit of morning dew on it, and taking this all in. I'm not rushing today, because I think later on in the hike it might be like campsites or I don't know, wherever, but this I'm not going to get again. Don't know where I'm going to end up tonight, hopefully at one of the tarns, but I'm finding it so hard to leave this place. This place is amazing. I don't want to leave. It's one of the nicest places I've ever woke up in. I've got miles to get in. Oh, there it is, all packed up and ready on this lovely little flat spot here. Leave no trace, literally nothing. Not even over there where nature called around the corner. That's all buried and put away and degradable. So yeah, I'm 5 miles away from the Black Sail Hut hostel, and I think you can, like, if you contribute a bit, there's a kettle there, so I might have a cup of tea there and what have you. But I'm going to be walking through this valley now. Goodbye Ennerdale water. It's been absolutely amazing. Fantastic. These are some of the views on this path. Lovely. So at the end of this stretch, and there's the Black Sail Hut Youth Hostel. I was planning on camping down there somewhere. I've seen it loads on YouTube, but it was an extra 5 miles, so I mean I would have avoided the midges, but I'm really just taking it easy on this one. I still felt good last night when I stopped at Ennerdale Water. I could have carried on. I've got no blisters or anything, but I'm just being sensible and I want to enjoy this. So hopefully I can use the kettle there and have a cup of tea or something. So this is inside the Black Sail Hut, and passers-by can use it. And there's an honesty box. There's a toilet outside as well. And help yourself. So I'm going to load up and have a cup of tea. So I've just had a great time in the Black Sail Hut, speaking to the warden, really friendly chap. I put £10 in the honesty box because I did a lot. I had a bowl of cereal, 2 cups of tea, fruit, apple and banana, a Twix bar and a packet of crisps which I've put in a bag, and used the toilet, charged my phone and just chilled out. So great place. And if you're thinking of just getting a bed there in the hostel, he was telling me you can't do that anymore. You have to book a room. There's 2 4-bedroom rooms and 1 8-bedroom room, male and female, and you have to book the whole room apparently. So just bear that in mind if you're thinking of staying here. Right, now I've got to go up that. If you've got some kind of water filter system like a Sawyer, you won't be short of water around here. It's everywhere. So if you're lugging like 2 litres of water, that's 2 kilos, but I've always got a litre with me just in case. But yeah, there's tons of water. I think I'm about halfway up. It looks that way. The path is really good actually. It's like steps, a lot of it's steps, really nice and flat. When it's wet obviously you'd have to be really careful, but it's bone dry. But yeah, it's sort of very manageable, but yeah, it's quite steep. So load up with carbs before you do it, or sugar or anything, because yeah, I'm just taking it easy though. I don't want to pull a muscle or anything. I'm just doing 1 step at a time. This isn't the Iron Man or something. Mind you, I'd have a heart attack if I tried that. Ooh, yeah. Got up there, nice steady pace, just one step at a time. That is, it's hard to say, like, if you're like super fit and do this all the time, that ascent will be nothing to you, you know. I would say that I'm average to moderate. I'm 16 stone, I've got 10 kilos on my back. I'm in my late 40s and I did it. But just take it easy. But if you, like, I don't know, suffer with asthma, or you struggle going up, like, say 5 flights of steps in a flat or something, then maybe you might struggle with that one. But the path's nice and easy. I was very lucky because it was dry. If it was wet, you'd have to be extra cautious. This is up here. I don't know if it's tradition to bring a rock from the bottom. I didn't know about that, but I'll add one. I've found this one because it's shaped like one of my favourite islands, Corfu. I love Corfu. We usually stay about here, which is Paglia Castrizza, and here is Corfu town where the airport is. And this area of Corfu here, I'm really going off the wall here, is beautiful. Down here is Kavos, ignore that, and Sadari at the top, ignore that. But the rest of the island is beautiful. So there's my little guide to Corfu, and I'm going to put it on the top. I think I've got like some kind of... Oh no! Oh, I'll have to get another one. Oh, yeah, here we go, Australia. There's Australia. Let's put Australia there. That was complete coincidence. So there's Perth and there's Sydney, and there's my contribution. Sorry, going a bit mental here, but look at this. Yes, look at it. It clouded over for a bit actually, which was really nice. There is lots of water up that route, so if you're thinking I'll get water on the way, great, but you have to you would have to go down to it and you could slip and do some damage, so I would advise bring water with you. So I'm not quite at the top yet, there's still this bit, and I think Honister Slate Mine is not far, and there's a cafe there, so I hope to get a decent coffee. So I wasn't quite at the top, still going, but the views. There's another one here. And another one over there, I can see it. I don't know. Oh well, the novelty's kind of worn off now. There's Ennerdale water. Oh, sorry, from yesterday. Beautiful. Zoom in. There it is. And I think that's where I camped. About there. Oh, is that the North Sea over there? Oh yeah, there's the sea. Cool. It's one of those things, you can look at this video, I could have the best camera in the world video in this, but you have to be here to see it. So I'm going to chill here for a few minutes and take it all in. I'm not just going to march on. That's what this trip's about. So what I'm going to do, this little can here, I'm going to put a stone on for my wife. I'm only going to get a little one because she's really little. Here's a little one. She's tiny. She's like Benjamin Button. I think she's getting smaller. It's probably because I'm just getting bigger and fatter. Oh, so there you go, love. Oh, next to that bug. He will. Oh, he's gone. He didn't like you. Well, I'm stopping to take in the view. I'm just airing my feet. It's really important to do that. Air your feet and your socks as well, and your boots. And let your feet breathe. Keep everything dry as possible. Yeah, so whenever you stop, air your feet. Have some water as well. If you're new to hiking and everything, I highly recommend getting a Sawyer filter. I had the smaller one before, which is fine, but the flow rate is awful. When you want to like guzzle water when you're really thirsty, it trickles out, whereas this one you can really glug it away, and it pours really well as well. It screws onto just a generic bottle. This is what do you call it, soda water bottle, and it fits on there. Plus I've got like a bladder thing if I need to fill up from a shallow pool of water. But these are about 30 to 40 pounds on Amazon. You can drink anything through it, and they're only small and light. I got the top of the range one, the big one, because it's very durable apparently and really robust, so To give you a size comparison, there's my hand, so it's not very big, but yeah, really get a water filter system. And these you can drink on the go. You can fill up your bottle or whatever sauce you got and drink as you go. It comes with a pouch as well, but I don't like it. But yeah, highly recommend getting one of these, and it saves you carrying tons and tons of water, especially if there's loads of water sources around, because you can sort of plan your routes and what you're carrying. Right at the top now, it's hard to describe this. There's another lake that's appeared over there. You have to come in and see it. So either go to Ennerdale or Honister Mine, which I think is over there, and walk to this bit. But words are useless. You have to be here. I could stay here for hours and sit on this rock here and just stare at that view. I'd love to wild camp here. You'd have to get the weather right because you're very high up here if the wind got you, but oh, just get here if you can, even for a day trip, just get here. So just coming down to Honister Slate Mine, and there's a cafe down here. I'm going to miss those views behind me, but the views here are lovely as well. But I'm going down this path, I'm going real slow. It's very jagged and shingly, and this is where you could twist an ankle if you're not careful. So I'm like pigeon stepping down here. Going downhill, like, I really take my time, because if you do something, twist something or whatever, that'll affect you later on. So on the flat bits I'll go a bit pacier, but on these I really take it easy. It's a shame because you want to take the view in and everything, but you have to watch every single step you take, because yeah, there's lots of ankle breakers around. But yeah, I'm hoping to get a big lunch down there. Pulled pork hot dog and cookie and coffee in the cafe, which is really nice. So I just loaded up at the Honister Slate Mine cafe. It's not like a restaurant or anything, it's more of a cafe, but they got tons of stuff. And I'm heading down this way now. Oh, my legs are burning, not from the uphill, but from the downhill. So from the Honister cafe, Slate Mine, it is just downhill, really steep. Oh, my thighs are burning. I'd rather go uphill than this. It's very nice though, and there's lots of water if you need it. So just heading to Wainwright, which is about a mile away from here apparently. Still in the lake, still beautiful. Oh, the hill coming down from up there though, brutal. These look inviting. Oh man, if it was later on in the day, I'd see if any of these are available. Next to this beautiful river as well. I think this is coming up to Wainwright. Ah, that's amazing. So I didn't stay at that hostel with those pods. There was one available as well for £50, but I was like, no, it's too early in the day. I did get chatting to this awesome guy though, and had a pint with him, and time has flown by. But he was a really nice guy, and we're just chatting, and I don't think I'm going to be breaking any records today, but I'm just going to keep going to Wainwright and then heading towards Grasmere and see what happens. But you do meet some really cool people on these trips. So this bit is lovely. So I left Wainwright, which is over there in that valley. I was at that youth hostel and there was a pub there, and then you sort of go up over a bridge and then back down this path. You kind of come back on yourself, and this is sort of heading towards Grasmere way. So sort of late afternoon, it's a lovely evening, Beautiful scenery. I spent a little bit too long in that pub chatting to that guy because he was really funny. He works for the NHS and he had some great stories, so I'm a little bit late. But I did say today I want to stop and smell the roses, and there were some brutal climbs, especially the downhill bit. I was like crawling on the downhill bit. It was tough, but oh well, we'll see what we see this way. It's lovely. So it's a bit of a steep one, not as bad as this morning from Grasmere, which is there where I stayed too long in that pub. I'm just heading up this track. It's not too bad actually, and it'll cut around there I presume. Hopefully it won't go too much higher. I'll be in the shade soon, so that'll be good. It's getting quite warm, and I'm heading to Grasmere and see what happens when I'm there. I'm just bathing in the shade of this. It's lovely. It's getting sort of, I think it's about 7 o'clock now. Oh man, these paths. I think I've done about 15 miles, but man, it was tough. Going uphill from Blacksail Hut was okay. It was the downhill to Honister Slate Mine and all the way down to the village. It was the downhill that done my legs. And then coming up here, my legs feel burnt. But I've still got plenty of daylight. I'm nearly at the top. I've just filled up my water bottles. It is beautiful. I nearly thought about pitching down there. There was a flat spot, see, smack in the middle, but I've still got a couple of hours easy left, so I'm just taking it easy. But this shade is really helping. I nearly stopped over there where it was hot because I was getting really hot. I stuck my head in the water no end of times, but this shade has been a lifesaver, so it's enabled me to crack on a bit more. It's beautiful though, look at it. That was tough up there. Oh, it just never ends, the hill from Grasmere upwards. Brutal. I wish I stayed at that hostel. Oh, it's beautiful though. Enjoy the sunset. Right, I'm going to put my phone away and actually look at it. This is amazing, worth the slog. Look at that. I can see the other side as well over there. I'll tell you what, it was really boggy coming up through all this, really boggy, and it's been a heat wave and really dry, so what it's like in normal weather, it'd be terrible. So I found this flat spot up on the tors. They look like tors. There's sheep. There's another tent over there somewhere with a couple, so I am not alone. But yeah, look at this. And there's water down there if I need it. But I've stacked up on water. I've got 2 litres on me. And there's the path for tomorrow. So Grasmere is just down there. But I found this flat spot. It's not too boggy, and I'm having it. So this is amazing. You can tell by the colour of my face, that's not sunburn. That's the sunset hitting me. Let's go this way. There it is. Oh. It's incredible, and behind me is the moon popping up as well. Got my tent set up on a flat bit. Got my hot noodle and hot chocolate, Galaxy hot chocolate. Where is it? There. Trouble is, you have to wait 10 minutes until you drink it because it's so hot. I tell you, I'm having 2 of these tonight. I take loads of them. They're about 450 calories each, but I burnt it today. And I didn't have any chips or anything. I usually have like chips late afternoon or a big meal like burger and chips or anything, and I didn't. I had a baguette, which was nice, but that was at about lunchtime. So I'm having 2 of these. So I'm carved up tomorrow. If you look at the ingredients, I'll tell you what, you know these adventure foods you can buy from Go Outdoors, they're about £5. Look at the ingredients and then look at one of a pot noodle. I can't tell, there's no difference. My wife's really into all that stuff, like she knows what's what, and she's like, there's not much difference really. But Oh man, this was worth the slog up there. It really was. Oh, can't wait to get my tent. It's all set up, mattress ready. Some people over there said, and he just waved at me when he was getting water, so I think they're friendly, but I'm not going to go and be a space invader and like, sorry, I need to look at the camera, going like, hello, where are you hiking to, what are you doing? It's like they might want to be left alone and I want to be left alone as well. So man, so fortunate with this weather, so fortunate. So yeah, I'll get into Grasmere tomorrow. It's just over there, and I'll have a beast of a breakfast hopefully. Right, see you in the morning.